There are many different opinions on how much water we should be drinking every day. We all heard of the 8x8 rule, which states that you should drink 8 glasses of water, or about 2 liters a day. Some experts believe that we need to sip on water throughout the day, even when we're not thirsty. Are any of these claims true? How do we go about deciding what the right amount should be? In today's video, we're going to cover 6 factors to consider when deciding what amount is right for you, how much water you should drink a day, and the dangers of drinking too much. Make sure to watch this video until the end, as I'll explain how to avoid dehydration and how to rehydrate properly. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome to another video. If this is your first time here and you want to achieve an optimal state of health within your mind and body with a little help from Mother Nature, start now by subscribing and clicking the bell so you don't miss any future uploads. How much water we need depends on a range of factors and varies from person to person, so there's no one-size-fits-all approach. The 8x8 rule was examined by a review of studies, and an article published in 2002 revealed no scientific evidence to suggest that it will give you an adequate water intake. Your body has a sophisticated system for signaling how much you need to drink and when. If your water content goes below a certain level, thirst kicks in many cases. Much like breathing, this mechanism works in a way that you don't need to consciously think about it. Having said that, certain circumstances may call for increased water intake and closer monitoring. Beyond the water balancing mechanism, there are a few factors, both inside your body and in your environment, that influence your need for water. Certain conditions do call for increased attention to how much water you're drinking. Here are some aspects to consider. 1. Weather and season changes. Increasing your water intake is most important during times of increased sweating. This includes warmer seasons, especially in a dry climate. You'll also need more water if you live in the mountains or at a high altitude. 2. Your diet. If you drink coffee or other caffeinated beverages, you might lose more water through urination. Consider drinking more water if your diet is high in salty, spicy, or sugary foods. Equally, more water is needed when you don't eat a lot of hydrating foods like fruits and vegetables. 3. How active you are. If you're active during the day, walking or standing frequently, you need more water than someone who's sitting at a desk. If you exercise or do any intense activity, you will need to drink more to replenish your water levels. The same applies if you spend more time in the sun or in a heated room, especially saunas. 4. If you get sick or have certain health conditions. If you have an infection or a fever, or lose fluids through vomiting, sweating or diarrhea, you will need to drink more water. This is also the case if you have certain health conditions. People with diabetes, for example, require more water when blood glucose levels are high, as it enables the kidneys to flush out more glucose out of the blood. Be aware that some medications like diuretics can also make you lose water. 5. If you're pregnant or breastfeeding. You need to drink more water during pregnancy and breastfeeding to stay hydrated. After all, your body is doing the work for 2 or maybe more. 6. Your age. Studies show that adults over the age of 65 are at a higher risk of dehydration. They may need to consciously watch their water intake because the thirst mechanisms can start to malfunction with aging, in which case monitoring the urine color might be used as a guide to tell if they're drinking enough. How much water should you take? As a general rule of thumb, aim to drink about half of your body weight in fluid ounces. For example, if you weigh 170 pounds, aim to drink 85 ounces per day. Remember, the exact amount of fluid required will vary based on the type of exercise, duration and intensity, as well as environmental conditions such as heat, humidity and altitude. If you're working out, Aim for 5 to 7 milliliters per kilogram of body weight 4 hours before training. If your urine is still dark 2 hours before training, drink 3 to 5 milliliters of fluid per kilogram of body weight. While at practice, you will want to maintain hydration levels, particularly with endurance training. Athletes may find this challenging because they're so focused that they forget to drink. If athletes were to wait until they felt thirsty, they might already be mildly dehydrated. So in this case, we need to be more vigilant on our intake rather than solely relying on thirst as an indicator. Rehydration after practice is an important aspect of recovery. For every pound lost, aim to drink 20 to 24 ounces of water to rehydrate. You want to continue hydrating throughout the day in order to recover properly and get ready for the next day's practice. The dangers of excessive water intake. Drinking too much water can lead to a disruption of the brain function. This is commonly referred to water intoxication or water poisoning. It dilutes electrolytes in the blood, especially sodium. Sodium helps maintain the balance of fluids inside and outside of cells. With excessive water consumption, sodium levels can drop too low, allowing fluids to penetrate cells and causing them to swell. When cells in the brain start to swell, the pressure inside the skull increases. This can be dangerous and even life-threatening. People may initially experience symptoms such as headaches, nausea and vomiting, and in more serious cases they may experience drowsiness, muscle weakness or cramping, increased blood pressure and difficulty breathing. Water intoxication is rare, however, as it is very difficult to drink too much water by accident. This is more common among soldiers participating in military training and endurance athletes, such as marathon runners. This happens because after losing a lot of fluids while training, they don't get properly rehydrated to maintain healthy sodium levels in the blood. Water intoxication can also impact those with certain mental conditions such as schizophrenia and psychogenic polydipsia, which means compulsive water drinking. How to rehydrate properly. Drinking water alone is not enough to stay hydrated. We need to replenish our electrolytes too, like sodium and other minerals, along with water and a mineral-rich diet. Sodium chloride is required to maintain fluid and electrolyte balance. Aside from sodium, the primary electrolytes that your body uses are potassium, magnesium, calcium, phosphorus, chloride, and bicarbonate. To maximize performance and minimize cramping, adding electrolytes to your water will make all the difference in the rehydration process. Keep in mind that many electrolyte-infused water brands, including sports drinks, are likely to be packed with sugar. If you don't want to consume those extra sugar calories, opt for brands with little or ideally no added sugar. To replenish your electrolytes, go for coconut water, watermelon, cucumber or celery juice. You may also try creating your own electrolyte-infused water. It's a cheaper option, not to mention your drink will be free from unwanted ingredients. Electrolyte tablets are a convenient way to go about this. They tend to be low calorie and come in a variety of flavors. Be aware that they could have sugar, caffeine or vitamins added to it, so always read the label before purchasing. My top recommendation is to add shilajit to your drink. It's a high-quality source of electrolytes, containing over 84 minerals and has no added ingredients. If you haven't seen it already, check out my video on this powerful resin and the incredible benefits it has to offer. Are you a health nut? Join the Health Nut Hour today, subscribe to my channel and click on the bell notification, and I'll keep you updated on future videos. See you in the next one.